What is up, everybody? It's Rebecca Johnson of Supergirl Radio, and we are going to be talking about Supergirl 2025 number 10, written by Sophie Campbell. So we are continuing that run. I see you there, Morgan. Are you ready to go? Okay, good, because we have some serious news stuff to get into that I think we're going to need your input on for sure. So it looks like HCSP1 is watching at 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Well, we hope that this will be entertaining at 4 a.m. So thank you for staying up or
Good morning.
getting up early with us. And then Joey says good evening to us and the adorable lab cats. Are the lab cats around?
You know what? I was using a heating pad and I left it on the couch, so I don't think I'll ever see them.
So they like the heating pad?
Oh, they love heat. They've been spending a lot of time like on my lap recently. And I realized it's because it's been really cold. No, it's not like love or anything or affection. It's body heat. They're just trying to suck it up.
Well, they are smart, I guess. That's the example of them being intelligent beings. Okay,
Always
Morgan, do you have the doc? Are you ready to go? We have a lot to cover, so we've got to get into it. So we're going to be talking about Supergirl 2025, number 10, and some news that's actually very exciting and also perplexing. But we'll get to it when we get there. But let's go ahead and get started.
McGurk! I love typing.
Do not mess with my Google Docs, Meeksy.
Supergirl Radio is going live every night of the week. How do you like it? Is becoming a human burrito a plus or a minus? I don't know. It does seem snug.
I mean, they say you are what you eat.
Kira. I love that.
So I do a podcast called Supergirl Radio, and one of our segments is Lena Luthor, Boardroom or Ballroom, because
she looks like a boss in this coat.
Nasty Luthor like a different Luthor? It's not just Lena being mean?
No.
Helen Slater here. So fun to know that you're hosting a podcast called Supergirl Radio.
Yes! Welcome to Supergirl Radio, your source for all things related to the character of Kara Zor-El. My name is Rebecca Johnson.
I'm Morgan Glennon.
And for this episode of the podcast, we are live and wired to review Supergirl 2025, number 10, which was written by Sophie Campbell. The artist was Joe Quinones. I hope I'm getting that right, Joe. I'm really trying. The letterer was Dave Sharp. The assistant editor was Jillian Grant. And the senior editor was Brittany Holzer. So we are continuing the Sophie Campbell run of Supergirl, which has been quite good. And it's been kind of interesting to read that in parallel, I guess, with the Peter David run, which we're going to talk about what they have in common in this issue as we get into it. Something very specific in common in this issue that only seems to pop up in Supergirl issues. So that's interesting. So it's kind of interesting to read two of these runs simultaneously. One of them is kind of wacky and more on the playful side, and the other one's like demons, so there's two differences there. But we do have some things that we need to talk to before we get into the issue discussion. So let's get to
the news.
DC Comics has announced the Summer of Supergirl.
Summer of Supergirl.
It's real, everybody. It's real.
It's official.
I feel like we manifested this into reality, like The Secret style. My mood board that just said Summer of Supergirl everywhere. I finally made this happen.
I feel like we did start this trend.
We did. Like, I'm not taking credit for it, but like it was us. We did it, and we did it. Mission accomplished.
Congratulations.
So the Summer of Supergirl slate, as the Girl of Steel takes over Superman Day with retailer events, surprises for fans, and an incredible lineup of comic books and graphics for fans of all ages. That's right. She's taking over Superman's Day. How do you like that? How do you like that, Superman?
I love this. I think this is great. Forget Superman Day. It is Supergirl Day now.
That your time was the past. Supergirl is the future.
I love the takeover.
Really fun. April 18th has long been recognized as a milestone in the history of comic books, marking the debut of Superman in Action Comics #1 in 1938. Supergirl joined the DC universe more than 2 decades later with her first appearance in Action Comics 252 on March 31st, 1959, quickly becoming a powerful symbol of hope, resilience, and empowerment for fans around the world. This year, Superman Day takes on an exciting new meaning, which is that it's Supergirl's actually. So, sorry, Superman, I guess you can sit down. Take a seat. With excitement building for June's theatrical release of Supergirl, DC is inviting retailers, partners, and fan communities to participate in the celebration and engage consumers through themed in-store and digital activations. Look out for talent signing, limited time promotions, curated collections, fan-driven events, loyalty incentives, and other in-store activations at your local comic book shop or retailer. Stay tuned to at DC Comics and dc.com/Superman.
I think they should change that URL.
For the latest can't miss updates hitting comic stores nationwide. I do kind of like dc.com/Superman, and then you go there and it's a bunch of Supergirl stuff. What now, Superman? We took your URL. Nothing you have is sacred. It says fans can dive headfirst into all things super with a sweeping selection of Supergirl and Superman comics, starting with the iconic facsimile edition of Action Comics #252, the classic story that introduced Kara Zor-El to the world. Readers can also experience the acclaimed coming-of-age graphic novel Supergirl Being Super, now presented in vibrant new color and an updated format from New York Times best-selling and Caldecott,
I think so.
Honor winning writer Mariko Tamaki and Eisner Award-nominated artist Jolie Jones. A fresh, emotional, and modern exploration of what it truly means to grow into one's power. Additional fan-favorite stories and character-defining arcs offer both longtime readers and newcomers deeper insight into Supergirl's evolving legacy. The celebration continues throughout the summer with a stunning new deluxe hardcover cover edition of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. My God, how many of these am I going to have? And
I have so many copies of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
I've already
I'm
got
going to have another one.
I'm going to have 3 copies of the same thing. But you know what?
I've got the single issues. I've got the trade paperback. I've got the digital copy. I've got the manga copy, the little pocket thing. The
Oh my God,
one.
you got Oh man, I don't have the compact and I don't have the single issues. So I'm behind you.
My comic book shop guy who like knows just to go ahead and pull the Supergirl stuff for me. He told me that DC was doing that to compete with manga, which really makes a lot of sense because manga's, you can
you can kind of throw it in your bag when you're out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
So we're just going to be broke on Woman of Tomorrow stuff coming because there's also a Funko out there.
Oh yeah, I gotta get the Funko. I gotta get the Funko Pop. I gotta get the 3rd edition for me. But it's fine. It's fine. That's why I make money to spend on Woman of Tomorrow. Followed by from comic to screen, The Art of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, a deluxe behind-the-scenes volume that chronicles the creation of both the comic and the DC Studios film it inspired.
So that's another Woman of Tomorrow thing we have
now. 4 for me, like 100 for Rebecca. It says bringing fans closer than ever to the hero who continues to soar. And of course, by that hero who continues to soar, we do not mean Superman, we mean Supergirl.
Superman's not even in the conversation anymore.
She took his day. Yeah. I'm sorry, your day's gone.
No, Stanley. Stanley says I almost feel bad.
Don't feel bad for him.
Don't feel bad. He's had his time.
He has too much.
He had his time. His time has passed. So I'm excited about this. This truly does feel like the summer of Supergirl.
It does. There's so many things, and I don't think it was mentioned in that write-up, but I know we talked about it. I think last week they're also going to release that Supergirl: The World, which is a collection of stories from writers and artists all over the world about Supergirl. So there's going to be even another story coming out.
And there's also, I think, some things geared towards kids coming out. And there's like a comic girl thing coming out as well. So
we're going to be busy.
So much. We're just going to have to podcast every day of the week. I hope that's okay.
We're a little stressed about our schedule. Champagne problems, man.
We will be taking the summer of Supergirl into the fall of Supergirl, I have a feeling. But this is all very, very exciting. Lots to check out. So April 18th, everybody be ready to celebrate Supergirl Day. Maybe I wonder what day of the week is that? Is that a Saturday?
Oh, that's a great question.
Should we plan on doing something?
April 18th?
I wonder if
we could.
I wonder if we should do something for Supergirl Day.
Not Superman.
Maybe we should consider doing something special for Supergirl
I think it
Day.
is a Saturday. Yeah, we could.
All right. Well, let's mark it down on our calendars and see what we can do.
Pull it in.
Yeah. So that's so super exciting. I'm glad they're really leaning into it. Although it won't officially be the summer of Supergirl until we get that on the Superman comics where it says at the top, the summer of Supergirl. It has to get up there. She's got to take over his comic books.
Comics. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not official until that happens, in my opinion. Well, the next bit of news that we have, I feel like deserves a boardroom or ballroom. I think we should introduce this the correct way.
And now, Lena Luthor, boardroom or ballroom.
Okay, so I felt like that was really necessary because in this news section, it says, for pre-fall 2026, David Coma draws from the powers of his own world, designing a Supergirl-inspired day-to-night wardrobe for the exceptional women who have informed his vision over the years. Created in collaboration with Warner Brothers, Discovery Global Consumer Products, the Coma Girl style seamlessly shifts between boardroom authority, I like that boardroom is in there, to nocturnal glamour and off-duty cool. And
nocturnal glamour, like a ballroom, perhaps?
And is as commanding by day as it is magnetic by night. Time to coincide with the theatrical and IMAX release of DC Studios' highly anticipated new film Supergirl in June 2026. Distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, the collection sees Coma reinterpret the superhero's iconography through a luxury fashion lens that merges the rebellious attitude and strength of Kara Zor-El with the designer's signature sensuality and sculptural precision. The palette reveals Supergirl's world from the outset. Crimson red and azure blue carry cinematic intensity, grounded by Coma's go-to black. Metallic silver and gold accents flash like armor, lending a futuristic edge. Silhouettes are engineered for impact. Dropped hems create an aerodynamic flow, while exaggerated power shoulders reinforce a commanding stance. Bonded scuba leather is paneled into streamlined bodycon dresses with almost mechanical precision. Graphic cutouts slice through silhouettes with defiance, echoing the Supergirl S-Shield in abstracted form. And we'll show all these to the video live stream as well, and put these all these looks in the audio podcast show notes. It also says swirling, bouncy knit hems introduce a kinetic space age rhythm. Materiality reinforces the narrative of strength and protection. Luxurious faux fur wraps the body like armor with attitude. Velvet denim introduces an unexpected softness. I really just want to read all these descriptions, and then when you see them,
they're so good.
I want you to remember all these descriptions.
Did you ever watch Seinfeld when
Yes.
Elaine gets
Jay
hired
Peterman.
by Jay Peterman?
Yeah.
She has to do. This is what this reminds me of. She
This
has
is
to
very-
write descriptions for the products.
This is very much a Jay Peterman style of description. Sequins return in fiery red and molten gold, amplifying drama with high shine intensity. Patent leather appears both as a padded utilitarian jacket and as striking hand embroidered three-dimensional inflated floral appliques on bra tops and miniskirts. Graphic storytelling runs throughout the collection. Archival Supergirl imagery traces the character's rich visual history from her 1959 comic book debut to the forthcoming film in theaters this June. Nodding to Supergirl's intergalactic journey, stars scatter across garments like constellations. Vintage-style S-Shield t-shirts are crystallized all over, and the iconic emblem appears embroidered across thick mohair knits, elevating familiar symbols into luxury statements. So, Morgan, I just thought we would go through these and just kind of talk about them.
I'm excited.
Just to see what you think.
I saw this a couple of days ago, and I scrolled through, and I was like, "Huh."
Okay, so here's the first three. So, Morgan, what are your thoughts on some of these?
Okay. Gorgeous. Love them. The middle look where she's got the tank top with the Supergirl cutout shield and like a pair of I'm gonna go ahead and say office wear pants.
Like wide leg office wear pants.
Like wide leg. I immediately was like, wow, those pants are cool. I would love to wear those to the office. I would crush a meeting in those. I like the top. I think it's really cute. The dress. There's so much happening with the dress.
Which one? The gold metallic one,
because I can't tell what's happening. The dress on the end on the right. It's just
the one with the back.
We're just kind of seeing a back. Like the back is out. It's pretty. It's just kind of a plain black dress with the back out. I don't know what's going on in the front, and based on some of the designs, I'm afraid of what might be going on in the front.
Maybe we don't want to see.
The back seems fine, but the front, anything could be happening, right? Anything could be happening. The dress on the leftmost, it is high collared, big shoulder pads, metallic, gold gray, gold silverish. It's so much is happening there. It looks like she is a space alien imagined by somebody in the 1950s. I imagine watching a classic movie, and they land on a new planet, all sexy space ladies, and this lady comes out and she's the queen of the sexy space lady.
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
1949.
Do you think this sexy space lady can she move? Do you think?
No, absolutely not. No, I imagine that she like when she walks forward in the movie. This is all in a movie. This is never worn in like a normal situation. She's like they land on the space planet, and like some guy walks out and he's like, where am I? And then she just walks forward, but like tiny little baby steps, like a half an inch each step, because her lower half cannot move. Also, I think probably her, if I'm being honest, I think also her upper half can't move.
Yeah, I don't think any
that
part
she's
of her
like
can move.
ramrod straight as she comes towards him with tiny baby steps.
Well, maybe she's a space lady and she just floats. Maybe she doesn't have to like walk or move.
If you float, this dress is banger, right? Like if you don't have to move, and also all of your body can stay in one position for however many hours you're in this dress, like you're gonna be making a real impression. But if you need to get out of a car, you're probably not going to be able to do that. Like you're going to have to roll out of the car or like climb out like a baby being born. Like it's just not gonna.
Okay, these looks I think are going to get progressively worse. I tried to put them in progressively worse categories.
I wanted to say, okay. Mind the Gap says, I don't get fashion, but gold, I seriously don't understand the Supergirl connection. Krypton? ?
Yeah, I'm not real sure.
I'm not sure either. And then HCSP1 says, the left one reminds me of Sexy Velma in Scooby-Doo 2, and not sure how good that is.
Could Sexy Velma walk? That is the question I have.
Could Sexy Velma bend at the waist? I think is the question. If you're going somewhere, you drop your credit card, are you just gonna have to deal with the identity theft that's gonna follow, or
you're never getting that card back?
You're shuffling right by that card.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next set and discuss these.
So much is happening here specifically. So we've moved color palettes a little bit, and we have
more colorful now. I think
we're dealing with a lot of bright reds. We're dealing with some faux fur, as we're finding out, and also we are fighting against pants. The concept of pants. We're against it, like just entirely against it. What we like is no pants. But you can't just kind of go out of the house with no pants. So you do need to put something to cover there, but they're putting no effort into what is going to cover your lower half. That's for sure. That is for sure. Like I don't even understand the leftmost one. I don't even understand what I'm really looking at. Like,
let's describe it for the listener.
It's almost impossible to describe. She's wearing, I don't know, what is that? Is that like it's kind of a dress with like the highest slit I've ever seen in my life. Like, legitimately.
Do you think it's a dress or like a leotard?
Or is it a leotard? The slit. If you're not watching the visual, and I would really suggest
click on the audio podcast show notes.
If you're an audio only listener, this is probably the one that you want to just like quickly clip over to a YouTube just for a quick second, just to, because I'm going to describe it. You're not what you're imagining in your head. It's wrong.
It's not going to live up to it.
It's wrong. Believe me. The slit on this thing is up to her abdomen. It's up to her like belly button.
Yeah.
It's got a belt of some kind. How can you be belting something when there's no fabric? I don't know. She's got her.
What's it holding up?
Her whole leg is out, all the way up to like her belly button, somehow. And then it kind of swoops across, for modesty. And then she's got some boots on. And then over top of that is like kind of a long blazer, like a pea coat almost.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
So I mean, once again,
a trench coat,
a great outfit to wear to the office.
You're definitely wearing this out, I guess, when it's cold or when you're hot.
Here's the thing: if it's cold, that leg is going to freeze.
Yeah,
but if it's hot, like the blazer's not appropriate, right? Every single outfit on this slide has that exact same problem where it's like, what temperature are you? And if you're all of these temperatures at once, you probably should go see like a doctor, right?
That might be a problem.
Like, because the second one is by far the craziest. And I say this with great love in my heart, because it is my favorite. Because when I look at it, I just think, what am I looking at? And also, why? So she's wearing what appears to be, how would you describe her shorts? Like,
okay, I think she's got an homage to the Supergirl skirt. I think we're trying.
That's a generous read of that. I would call it sexy diaper.
I think it's trying to play up the Supergirl suit skirt, and then like the red boots. I get all of that, but it looks like she's suffocating in a balloon or something at the top. I don't know what's happening up top.
Is she suffocating in a big balloon, or is she just really, really cozy? On the top, she's got a puffy coat, but like imagine the craziest puffy coat you can imagine. Now imagine Missy Elliott in that music video where she's just wearing a giant trash bag that's blown up. I know a lot of our younger listeners are going to be like, what are you talking about? Look up that Missy video. It's great.
Yes. Missy Elliott back in the early 2000s, probably circa
a classic. That's what this looks like, only it like makes less sense to me kind of somehow. It's got like a big puffy, like it goes up to her chin. It like the amount of puffiness off of her shoulders has to be at least like 10 inches, right?
Do you think it's two puffy coats like melded together?
Oh my God, maybe. Maybe it's like a human centipede of puffy coats, just all melted together. Yeah, it does kind of look like it's multiple puffy coats that they melted them all together, and then they were like, okay, but maybe she's too warm. What if we made it so that her midriff could be out in this puffy coat? Because like her top half is really cold, but her middle half is so hot, like so warm. She has to have that tummy out. I don't know what situation you would ever wear this to, but believe me, a showstopper. You'd be making a scene.
You would be the talk of the town.
Everyone would stop and go, wow, is she okay? Wow. Did she lose the rest of her pants?
Did she lose a bet?
Did somebody cut her coat?
Okay, but we can't leave this one unless we talk about the trail behind her. Like I don't know what to even call that. Is that supposed to be like a cape? But
I think. And I don't know what's happening. And I want to be very clear about the fact that I don't know what's happening. My eyes are seeing things, but my brain is not comprehending
Maybe we just don't understand it.
We don't understand high fashion this way. We are not couture. I am too poor to be couture. So I just don't understand fashion. But it does look like her skirt perhaps has a mullet situation, a business in front, party in back kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where the front of the skirt is booty shorts is a very generous read on that. I call it silky diaper. And then around the back, it looks like it's just like it turns into like kind of a cape, like a maxi skirt that's like cape-like. I don't know what situation you would wear this to. Perhaps nope, I got nothing.
No. I'm continually trying to figure out who are these outfits for.
Someone.
Someone is going to buy these.
Someone.
I would also be curious as to the price tag on these.
It's so funny because sometimes you'll see these like couture outfits on like the runway and you'll be like, that's so crazy. That's such a crazy looking outfit. But you could kind of in your head imagine how like in The Devil Wears Prada, it could roll down into something like a normal person would wear out of their normal house. But these I simply can't see. Like what does the skirt cape diaper thing, like what does that translate to?
I hope
don't know.
someone wears these to the movie premiere.
I hope so too. I think somebody out there right now is buying that middle outfit and they're like, I don't care what Supergirl Radio says. I don't care because I'm crushing this outfit. I do think though that if you had this outfit on and you ran really fast, it would look amazing because I think the mullet skirt would like fly behind you in a very like theatrical way, like a kite. You would be like a human kite, and I think that is beautiful.
And then you would mimic flight like Supergirl.
Exactly.
My only concern, if you ran in that, could you see, given your high neckline?
It would be tough.
Would you be able to see down to your toes? I don't know. That's my concern, is that you could fall in this.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't think it's one to walk around in.
Mind the Gap says the last one looks like Jennifer Garner's Elektra costume.
Yeah, so let's get into this one.
Absolutely, it does. The last one, she's wearing kind of like a low-waisted red pant. She's wearing a like little crop top, like a sort of triangle crop top.
Midriff showing.
Midriff showing. Of course, that's sort of like if your leg is in, your midriff is out. That's the rule. And both in like kind of like a darker red. And then she has on what we have established is a faux fur coat. It's more like a shrug because it doesn't come down very far.
Yeah, it's not a real hefty coat.
It doesn't come down very far, but I do want to, for our audio only listeners, it goes up very high. Now you're thinking, what do you mean? Like what do you mean it goes up very high? Imagine you had a coat that came up to kind of your nose. That's sort of the situation we've got going on. Now, is she like holding it up there because both of her hands are on that top part of the coat? Or is the top part of the coat really, is the collar really that high? Is the collar up to her eyeballs? I don't know. And I'm afraid to find out.
This one is the most that I feel like someone could wear somewhere.
Yes.
I feel like that one you could go out in public like that.
Yes. Yeah. If you went out in the last outfit, they would be like, cool. I wonder what the lower half of her face looks like. If you have if you have a cold, but you still want to be high fashion, girl, put on that coat because guess what? You could be coughing in that thing all day. Nobody would know. Nobody would know.
So I have two left.
I'm excited for the last two.
I mean, I think the one with the puffy jackets meshed together, I think is pretty.
Yeah, peak. I think this. I don't think that this slide is beatable. To be honest, these three looks are, I think, the pinnacle of human fashion discovery.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see what you think about this.
But I could be wrong.
One. Okay.
Oh boy, maybe I'm wrong. I can't look away from the one on the left.
The one on the left is quite striking.
The one on the left feels almost impossible to describe to our audio only listeners. She kind of looks like she is slowly transforming into Gorilla Grodd.
That's exactly what that looks like.
But in a sexy way.
Sexy Gorilla Grodd.
Now, I feel like, again, we talked about like the connections between what we're reading and the Peter David run. And I feel like what I'm imagining in my head, right, is that this designer was like, I can't just make a collection inspired by Supergirl. I have to go far back into her backstory. I have to read everything. He read the issue of the Peter David run where everybody became apeified, where everybody turned into to monkeys, and he was like, "Can I show that visually in an outfit? What the experience of slowly turning it into an ape would look and feel like?" And then he created whatever this is, and I think ultimately he was successful.
He nailed it.
He nailed it because I think this is the experience. I feel like at any moment She's gonna become a full like Planet of the Apes style. She will become a full monkey lady.
Right after they took this picture, she's now apeified.
But sleek, but professional, but sexy, girl boss monkey, perhaps. I also like that she's got like a big belt buckle that kind of looks like Batman's. So there's like a lot of aspects of this that are puzzling to me.
And it is all black.
All black, black pants, black monkey top. And it goes so high up her face.
This guy does not want to see this lady's face.
The lower half of your face, that's disgusting to this man. He's like, no, you've got to put that away. You've got to put that away. I don't want to see like nose down. No, thank you. The pandemic hit this man very hard. I think this one actually, like, listen, the red one with the weird half skirt, half, cape, it's almost inexplicable what's happening in that one. This one is somehow like more puzzling to me because she does look like she looks like she's so huge too. Like, I think that this coat like has huge shoulder pads to really enhance the gorilla groddness of it all.
Well, if she goes out in the wintertime, this is perfect. She looks warm.
She's gonna be so warm. I gotta be honest. Like, it's been really cold in New Jersey recently, and if on one of those days I had this to like reach into my closet and pull this out, I would have, because this looks. You're gonna be comfy. People are gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's a half human, half monkey person," and you're just gonna be like, "I am toasty. I am so warm in here."
This is Morgan's new winter coat.
Amazing. Joey in the chat said, the picture on the left, is there a gorilla headpiece that goes with the outfit?
I think that would complete it.
That's the missing component, I think. Listen, I think he's trying to make a very nuanced point about man and evolution in this, and so that's why it's important that your face is sticking up out of the monkey body.
Now, I have a severe problem with the one on the right, the blue dress. This is probably the most normal one.
This is by far the most normal thing I've seen.
But it reminds me of Wonder Woman.
Yes,
because of the star in the blue dress, like in the 2017 movie with Gal Gadot. There's a whole sequence where she's wearing a blue dress and she has the red boots. So I can see where there is the Supergirl influence, but I would argue it's more Wonder Woman.
Yeah, so, I think that the one on the right actually looks like a thing that you would see a human woman wear outside of her home. So already I don't like it. It's not conceptual enough. It's not telling me a story. It's not speaking to me of the long history of human nature, of Supergirl's experience with the apeification of Leesburg. But it does look a lot. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of Wonder. It's funny that you mentioned that, because when I first scrolled these designs and was just like, what? When I got to this one, I was like, oh, that one's kind of nice. It kind of looks like Wonder Woman, though. So I mean, the blue, like the nice blue color does read very Supergirl. The red boots read very Supergirl. I think the star, like they said, is like pulling into her, space history and stuff like that. I just feel like the draping of it reads Amazon-ish to me.
A little bit, yeah.
It just does, like the like we see a lot in the comics and in the movies, and in was that Batman v Superman that she was in, that
which
Gal Gadot was in that dress? Yeah,
that was in the 2017, the first Wonder Woman movie.
Oh, the first Wonder, yeah. Exactly. When she has the sword.
The sword's in the back. Yeah.
It looks a lot like some of the Wonder Woman outfits, and like it's kind of a Wonder Woman-y color palette too. Not that it's not. That's one of the challenges is also kind of a Supergirl color palette. But the drape of the dress says more Wonder Woman to me than Supergirl. Now, if you wanted Supergirl, it should look like one of those like like loungewear outfits, like those breezy loungewear outfits, like they were wearing
Argo City.
Yeah, like where is that? Where is my Argo City collection?
We would buy those.
I have been on record saying that I want the Argo City collection. They look so comfy, they look so cozy, but always pulled together.
They do look nice.
Day to night.
I would also argue that the better approach to this would have been to like make Margaret's costume.
Yes. I mean,
why there's a whole page in like the 70s and 80s where like people submitted costume ideas for Supergirl.
And Margaret's one would be hard to design for a actual human woman,
but I think this designer could attempt it.
I think the challenge though, like the challenge for him, I think he could do it because he made gorilla high fashion, right? He made human kite a moment. And so I think that he could have definitely done the Margaret suit. And so now I'm kind of sad because he clearly likes to have weird cutouts in places I couldn't even begin to imagine them. Because that one outfit with the leg out, I think that like you would get arrested if you wore that. And there was like just a slight breeze. So
gotta be careful. You gotta factor in those breezes.
You gotta know that one day it could be breezy. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you for going through Boardroom or Ballroom with me.
That was amazing.
You know, if you're interested in that fashion, you know, give it a look and see what you think. It's out of my price range and it's not meant for me. But maybe it's out there for someone else.
Supergirl listeners decides to invest in one of these beautiful pieces and like wants to send us a picture of how they styled it, that'd be amazing because I want to know.
Do you know someone who would actually wear these things? We want to know.
I gotta be honest, the workwear pants were pretty sick though. I would wear those.
And this has been
Lena Luthor, Boardroom or Ballroom.
Okay, I guess we should eventually we gathered to talk about together for this episode of the podcast. So we are going to be talking about Supergirl 2025 number 10. The description for this issue reads, quote, "It's Valentine's Day in Midvale, and Kara has finally worked up the courage to ask her crush out for the holiday. Little does he know he'll be on a date with Supergirl. Meanwhile, Lena Luthor struggles with their friendship fallout. Can the daughter of Lex Luthor and cousin of Superman ever see eye to eye again? Question mark. Morgan, what did you want to first address with this story? Was there something that like you were really wanting to talk about with this story?
Pink Kryptonite is here. We got Pink Kryptonite. That's fun.
Yeah, so the Pink Kryptonite comes in this issue in the form of the earring, the heart-shaped earring, the pink, I should say, heart-shaped earring that the hot tattoo guy, I don't think we ever get a name for him. He's just referred to as the hot tattoo guy. Which is a little disappointing because I thought like he was somebody that we should know and like he just wasn't.
I kept on waiting for there to be like, oh, I'll have to go like dig up in the like, you know, in the DC Wikipedia or something who this character is, especially because they have been hinting at him coming for issues now.
Several issues.
Yeah, she sees him for the first time in the Goth Club. She sees him again in another issue. That big pink ear, and I gave myself props because I was like, that big pink earring seems to always be glowing weirdly in every panel, and I feel like that's telling me something? Question mark. But I thought that it wasn't. It would be more than the earring. I thought he would be a specific character from Supergirl's past. So I don't even think this guy gets a name.
Yeah, I think he is just hot tattoo guy. So the Pink Kryptonite usage of it here is that while Kara or Linda is around hot tattoo guy, she starts to fall in love with him. So Pink Kryptonite in this issue is like a love potion that draws Kara in. Now, I will say this is not the first time that a Supergirl story has seen Pink Kryptonite. We haven't gotten there yet, Morgan, but it will pop up in the Peter David run. And the way it does is actually, I guess, maybe kind of the same. It's basically Superman gets infected by pink kryptonite, and he asked Jimmy Olsen, "Did I ever tell you how smashing you look in bow ties, Jimmy? By the way, that's a fabulous window treatment you've put together." So you can interpret what you want that to mean in terms of pink and kryptonite.
So
But
sweet. So Superman falls in love briefly with Jimmy Olsen.
I think that's what you're supposed to take away from that. So pink kryptonite, those are the two instances that I mean, maybe pink kryptonite has shown up in other places. Maybe people know in the chat, but those are the two places that I know of it now, in this issue and in the Peter David run. So it seems to be a Supergirl thing where pink kryptonite shows up.
Ah.
So yeah. So what did you think about the character that comes out of so let me just verify and clarify that I understood the reading of this issue. So the pink kryptonite, inside the pink kryptonite, there is a ghost. There's like a ghost living in it, kind of like a Ghostbuster thing.
Yeah, like the ghost in the earring.
Yeah, so there's like a ghost. There's a ghost in the pink kryptonite, and her name is Nella Nar. And Morgan, I was curious what you thought of Nella Nar.
I kept on wondering if this was like this was a reference to something that I just haven't read enough comic books to understand, because later when Supergirl is fighting her, she's trying to like tell her like, you have descendants that you could connect with in Kandor, and she's like, the Nar family still lives in Kandor. I'm acquainted with some of them. Like, you could reunite with them. And I was like, am I supposed to know who the Nar family is? And then I like was confused.
I looked up Nella Nar and I could not find anything. I think she is an original character for this run of the story. Now, there could be Kryptonians in the Nar family who Supergirl says they're in Kandor right now. So there's a lot of people in Kandor. And we get to the Bottle City of Kandor at the end of the issue. But it seems like she is a new character. I don't think we're supposed to know her from anything else.
That makes me feel a little bit better, honestly, because I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. And I think, listen, this is Sophie Campbell's own fault for being able to pull so often from like deep cuts from Supergirl history, where now, unfortunately, I think everything is a deep cut. And I was like, oh my God, she must have pulled that from like 1967. And then she just came up with it.
No, this is just her own creation.
But I liked the spooky Kryptonian pink kryptonite ghost. I thought that was kind of a fun addition. I thought that the pink kryptonite earring was going to be like a kind of like a Smallville thing, where you know how there was kryptonite everywhere and they were like the meteor rocks that would give people powers.
Oh,
and, yeah, and it would be like something like that, where like the kryptonite gave him powers and like he was going to be the villain. So I thought it was like a fun twist that like the villain was actually like just a ghost that was in his earring all the time, which is also kind of weird for him, probably a good thing that he missed most of that, because I feel like if I found out that the earring I'd been wearing for like most of my childhood had a ghost inside of it, I would just be like, that's it for earrings and me.
Yep, we're finished with earrings.
Done.
He does I think. Now, this maybe is an interpretation thing. Do you think so while they're in this like love potion phase, he says that he knows Linda or Kara from the Midvale orphanage. Do you think that's a true story, or was that like something concocted by the pink kryptonite?
I feel like it was something concocted by the pink kryptonite, because he also seems like very confident that she's Supergirl. He's like, I know that you're Supergirl. Which like maybe he's just super, super smart, but like that's not the vibe I'm getting from him. But and also like, you know, in this universe, most people don't know that she's Supergirl. So it feels like, why would he have been able to figure that out? So I assume that the pink kryptonite earring was whispering secrets to him, which I think is also really disturbing for that poor guy.
She did. Nella did know that know who Kara was.
Yeah.
Knew that she was related to Jor-El and all of that kind of thing. So it could be that he really didn't know her in the orphanage, or it could be that the pink kryptonite just sort of spoke into his ear to let him know those things. So I was kind of going back and forth in what I thought about that. But they do have to then like contain Nella Nar because she's this ghost from Krypton. I think she didn't survive the explosion, but then she became a ghost, and then she started living in the pink kryptonite. So Luna comes in to help save the day, and then Lena comes in with more of the super substance that's been running throughout this run. So what did you think about the way they trap Nella in like a purple bubble sphere?
Yeah, I also had questions about like Nella, like the what do they call it? The Matricomp matchmaking machine.
Yes.
She seemed to be like really blaming, was it Jor-El?
Oh yeah, Jor-El had shut it down, I guess.
Yeah,
Had
she's
destroyed it.
blaming Jor-El for the destruction of the Matricomp, which I thought at first like she was blaming him for the destruction of Krypton, and I was like, weird take. He was kind of like, hey guys, what if Krypton was about to explode? And he was like one of the few people usually in most versions
trying to save people.
In most versions, he's like, hey, you guys, maybe this place is gonna blow, and everybody else is like, don't be silly. But in here she seems to say, you know, they wrested her away from the Kryptonian blah blah blah. I'm trying to find the panel where she's like explaining her backstory because I got a little confused. She said she perished in Krypton's explosion, her spirit possessing the planet's very bedrock. Her soulmate, who she was paired by the matchmaking machine Matricomp, was not so fortunate. So it seems like she and her soulmate died in Krypton's destruction, but then she seems to be blaming Jor-El specifically for Matricomp's destruction. And I was like, what did Jor-El shut down Matricomp or something? Like, was he like, this matchmaking service isn't that great?
Maybe he was like, we got to shut it all down because I've got to try to find a solution to getting everybody off the planet. I don't know.
Like, we've got to stop matchmaking. We've got to start figuring out solutions.
This is not something we need. We need to prioritize different things now. I don't know. It was not specified what he did.
I ended up wanting to know more about Matricomp, of course. Of course, I came out of this being like, tell me more about this matchmaking service. Like, what's going on there?
That is new to Kryptonian mythology that I can think of. But, well, I don't know. The Krypton TV show, I think there was a little bit of that. Maybe you could argue that there were people who were sort of positioned together to be married. So I guess it's kind of like that. Matricomp is a very corporate name. I don't like it. It doesn't seem like a Kryptonian name.
It doesn't. It's like they put matrimony and computer together.
Yes.
They just smush it together. Matricomp seems like a product that they would have been launching in season 5 of Supergirl. Like, the Matricomp launches around the corner. Where are my Q4 projections?
Andrea Rojas is all over this.
Rojas is like, time is money, Matricomp.
Pencil skirt would be all up in it. Yes, exactly. That is what is happening. So Luna and Lena get together and they use a super substance, and Luna's like ectoplasm powers, her psionic powers that I don't fully understand. They trap Nella in there. So I don't know if she's going to come out at any time in the future, but they have trapped this ghost, Ghostbuster style. So that is good.
When Luna had the ability to manipulate ectoplasm, I was immediately brought back to the Supergirl TV show and to Nia, like a dreamer, and how her powers just ended up being whatever the episode needed at that point.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's her dream powers is like, oh cool, because she can like see the future in her dreams. No, she can throw out balls of dream energy. It's like, she can do what?
That doesn't really seem
She
like
can harness the dream energy to stop objects. It's like, what?
Yes, Luna's powers do seem like that. She does use her powers as well to sort of fake. She does like an ectoplasm duplicate of Linda to trick Hot Tattoo Guy into thinking that they are now two separate people. So,
Yes,
so
I did. I like the Luna character a lot. I thought it was fun that she was like, I think I can do. I've been kind of playing around with these powers, and I like that the issue was like, wait, what are you talking about? Like I thought it was is handy that we had Lena there being like, when did you even learn to do that? To kind of like undercut, like, yeah, it's crazy that she suddenly knows how to do this specific thing. And then when she's showing Lena what she can do, she's like, I can turn the ectoplasm into a cute little bat. And Lena's like, yeah, I think that's not exactly what we need right now.
not super helpful.
But I like the start. And then at the end of the issue, when they're trying to trick Hot Tattoo Guy so that he doesn't know that Supergirl and Kara and Linda are the same person, and Luna creates a ectoplasm Linda. It's really funny because it's so off looking.
Yes.
It just looks wrong, and it's like it's also moving in like really unnatural ways, which is so funny because I think it's only in like 2 or 3 panels, and the physical comedy of just like the way it is clearly not moving right, I really made me laugh. I think the art in here really sold that joke.
Yeah, I do think that art there is to be commended for making that understandable because that could be very difficult to explain. So I did understand what it was trying to do. It made it look clumsy, which I think
Yeah.
really sold that to me. One of the things also that helps Supergirl and her friends defeat Nella Nar is, and Morgan, I'll be curious if this seemed familiar to you, an anti-kryptonite suit.
Yeah, how about that? What are those? What are those? I do. Once again, I like that Sophie Campbell. She's a big fan of Supergirl. You can tell all of the different Supergirls. And this very clearly seems to me like a reference to the TV show when I believe this was when Melissa Benoist was pregnant, and they were like, we've got to have Supergirl in this show, but she's
Can
gotta
we
take
get
a
this? Can we get the
break.
stunt double in a suit?
What if we Mandalorian'd her? It would have been actually more funny if they were just like, for some reason, there's kryptonite all around, and Kara just needs to wear that all the time. So then you would just see her in her apartment, like in this suit, just hanging out, like trying to drink a drink, and it just like clunks into the helmet.
She would have a drinking problem. Yeah, so this seemed very similar to the Supergirl TV series anti-kryptonite suit. What I thought was different, though, because I don't think this was on the show, both of them made by Lena Luthor, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
So that's
I caught too.
That's a cool nod to that. But I thought the one in the comic book was really cool because you could change the dial based on what color of kryptonite it was. So that comes in really handy. So she has dialed it to the pink kryptonite in this one. But the only downside, though, is the charge doesn't last very long. Only 3 minutes, I think it said.
Yeah,
So
3 minutes is not
long
long at all.
You got to be efficient with this one.
I feel like Lena, she hasn't perfected this yet. She's been workshopping this. Hopefully she can figure out a longer battery life situation.
Yeah, I mean, Supergirl can act very quickly, but she might need more than 3 minutes for things.
Just
so
a little bit more. I also really liked when Lena throws her the anti-kryptonite suit, which was going to be the present she was going to give Kara as a please forgive me for their fight. And it goes on Kara kind of like a magical girl transformation. Like she's like doing a pose, and there's like sparkles all over it. It reminded me of Sailor Moon, which made me laugh.
Yeah, and I think there was, I can't remember if that was similar to the anti-kryptonite suit on the show. If it was something that I can't remember, some suits that she had, she would press her chest and something would happen.
Oh yeah,
but I can't remember if that was something that could be thrown on her. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Let's see. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't get to? I guess there's stuff at the end that we haven't talked about, but is there anything else you wanted to, I guess I do have a question for you, Morgan. What do you think about the Supergirl Lena stuff? Are they patching it up? Do we feel like it's
Oh, yeah. I thought that it was like I thought that the Supergirl and Lena stuff was good in this issue. I've been really, really enjoying this run. And if I had one critique, it is that um it's very, very serialized, very, very like episodic.
Mhm.
There's not a ton of serialization. Like the characters sort of carry on, but you know, we've had like a lot of holiday issues. Even this is kind of a holiday issue.
It's definitely a holiday issue.
It's very Silver Agey, which I really like. But I like that there is a carryover from the last issue, and that is this fight that Lena and Carr are having, or this tiff that they're having because of Lena's actions in the last issue, accidentally getting purposefully getting Leslie
Leslie.
drunk,
Yeah.
and then accidentally getting Supergirl drunk, and how that was dangerous, and you know how she wasn't really thinking, and like what the repercussions of that were, because Supergirl ended up losing Leslie and having to like return Leslie home. And so I think it's kind of refreshing that the implications of that kind of like have been rippling into this issue and seem like they'll continue to ripple forward. And I don't feel like either of the two girls are being like unfair to each other. I don't feel like anybody's being really mean to anybody else, but Supergirl is kind of like, what your actions did, like even if that's not what you meant, like was really hurtful, and I'm having a hard time trusting you again. And I think she understands that Lena is sorry about it and feels really bad about it, but she's also kind of like struggling with trusting her friend again. So I think that I really like that aspect of the relationship, and getting to kind of see them see Sophie Campbell take some time to explore that over the course of like several issues, instead of it having it being like a fight that starts at the beginning of the issue and is resolved by the end. I like that it's continuing on through a couple of issues, and it doesn't feel like it's a huge disagreement that's like sucking all the oxygen out of the story. I feel like it's, you know, it's kind of focusing on their friendship and their relationship.
Yeah, I'm also glad that it's not something that got resolved very quickly, because I think something like that, it makes sense that it would still linger on. In the chat at HCSP1 says, I like how they haven't immediately made up, and they need to continue to patch it up. And Mikey in the chat says, I'm still salty about how the book did Leslie issue before it last. So yeah, we haven't followed up with Leslie since, but maybe that's a good segue, because Connor, aka Superboy, shows up at the end of the issue, and he is like, Supergirl, don't you know about what has happened to Kandor? And I kind of laughed at this panel at the end, because he's like, didn't you see the transmission? Didn't you know that Kandor was in big trouble? And it goes to the bottle city of Kandor, and it says, help us on the bottle. They have tried to sort of do an SOS on the bottle. So Morgan, what are your thoughts on Kandor being in trouble?
I'm excited because I love Kandor. I love that it is so small. It fits in a little bottle. I think that's adorable. But I also think that I'm excited because I think that means that we'll get more of the story with Leslie. And I really like Leslie as a character, in that I thought she was a great villain. I thought she was a great like redeemed villain, trying to learn how to be a hero. And I thought that we left her in a very interesting place one issue back. I guess one issue back.
Yes, because that would have been the New Year's Eve issue, I think.
Time feels so relative to me.
Yes.
One issue ago, where she was being approached by that like villain in Kandor, like, come back to your villainous ways. And I like want to know like what's going on with Leslie. Like, has she relapsed into villainy? Is Candy a villain now? Candy the bunny? And
that's the most important question.
Yeah, but there was also some interesting stuff that was brought up at the end of the last issue that I thought was kind of like in the last issue they were trying to like shove so much story in, which was this idea that Kandorians can't be outside of the Bottle City, like younger Kandorians can't be outside of the Bottle City for too long, or else question marks something bad happens to them. So I'm wondering if when we go back to Kandor, we find out what's going on with the young people of Kandor and like what that issue was, and maybe Supergirl can find a fix for it. But yeah, I thought it left off on a really fun cliffhanger, that that they'll have to be resolving something going on with Kandor, and they'll have to like maybe go into the Bottle City, and so I think it left it on a really fun cliffhanger that makes me like immediately want to go get the next issue even though it's not available.
Yeah, I think we are heading back into the Bottle City of Kandor for next issue. So looking forward to that. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode of Supergirl Radio. I think we kind of covered all the high points of the issue. So I think if you want to check up with us, follow up with us, there are several ways that you can contact Supergirl Radio. You can post a comment on our website at supergirlradio.com. You can email us at supergirlradio@gmail.com. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on X and Instagram, all at Supergirl Radio. If you like what we do, we encourage you to give us a rating and write us a review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else that you listen to podcasts. Supergirl Radio is part of the DCTV Podcast and Multiverse of Color networks. You can hang out with us as we go live and wired, usually on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, but I had a thing on Tuesday, and so we had to reschedule for Thursday this week, but usually on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on the DCTV Podcast YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. And DCTV Podcast also has a TeePublic store. So if you're in need of new DC Comics, Supergirl, DCTV related t-shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, magnets, tote bags, pins, phone cases, pillows, stickers, socks now, fanny packs, go to supergirlradio.com and click on the TeePublic store at the link at the top of the page.
And since the cliffhanger of this issue involves Connor, we have a Superboy design in the DC TV Podcast TeePublic store.
Yeah, the one that I found to put in here, he just looks like a cool guy,
he's just kicking back.
Yeah, literally kicking back. So if you would like to add some Connor merch to your collection, you can go to the TeePublic store and check it out. So trying to add some new things to the old TeePublic store for people to enjoy. And we would also like to thank our Legion of Super sponsors. These people are Michael and Marie, Sam, Yvonne, Nicola, Abby, Miriam, Nicole, Brian, Ethan, Majuba, Annie, Rachel, and Kit. If you'd also like to become a Legion of Super sponsor, you can go to patreon.com/Supergirl Radio. And if you would like to follow me on the interwebs, I'm on a couple of places on Vero, True Social at Derby Kid, Instagram at The Derby Kid. I'm also on YouTube at youtube.com/DuckMilkProd.
And you can check me out at Mojotastic, most places. And I'll also a co-host on the Legendary Ladies podcast at The Legendary Ladies on YouTube and Instagram, and at Legends_podcast on Twitter. We're taking a little hiatus because we've all been really busy. But we should be recording in, I think, like 2 weeks is the plan. 2 or 3 weeks. And so if you have something that you want to hear us talk about, we are open to suggestions. Now, I know Rebecca mentioned the new Scream movie, which I think will have already been out by then. Has it come out yet? I don't think so.
No, it has not come out yet. February 27th, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's on the horizon, so maybe that'll be a topic.
I think I'm going to try to go see it in theaters, but I'm not going to go like opening weekend.
No,
I saw the beginning. I saw the beginning of Scream 2. I know what happens in like a Scream theater with like all the people with the Scream like the Ghostface mask on there. I'm not putting myself in that situation.
No way.
I'm gonna wait till like week 3 or 4
when it's safe,
when no one else is there. Although, would that be scarier if like a Ghostface came in when it was just me in the room?
Just you and Ghostface? I don't know.
Maybe I should wait until it goes digital.
Maybe I should watch it on my couch where I'm safe.
Maybe I'll do it in the comfort of my home with my home security. Although the home security never seems to work in those movies.
That's true. That is also very true. I just realized before we log off, we had a comment early in the chat that I starred and I wanted to come back to from Julian Fernandez, who said, I don't have many comics, but I'm a huge Batman fan. I love the CW Supergirl show, but where should I start with comics? Woman of Tomorrow?
Oh, for Supergirl comics?
Yeah, Supergirl comics. I think this is a great question. I mean, because I feel like newer Supergirl fans, and I think we're going to have a lot of them pretty soon. You look at all the comics, it's very daunting. It's very daunting. I mean, I myself have thought about getting into some like different titles, seen all of it, the weird numbering, and just given up. So I think this is a very valid question. And I think, honestly, I do think Woman of Tomorrow is a great jumping on point. Not only because it's a great story, not only because it connects to the movie, but also because it's closed. It's one whole story. You don't have to like cross-reference 5 different volumes and realize that you bought 2 volumes and they have like kind of the same stuff in them. And you're like, how did that happen? Why would they even sell them this way? Speaking from experience, you start at the beginning of the story, you end at the end of the story. And I think that's really nice. And if you like that, then obviously there's a whole world of Supergirl comics to dive into. But I think the Woman of Tomorrow run is an easy jumping on point.
Yeah, and I think it was sort of meant to be such. So Woman of Tomorrow is only 8 issues. It does, I think, what I would recommend about it is that it does have Supergirl's origin story in there. It does sort of pay homage to her first appearance in 1959. It does pay homage to the Peter David run. And so there's characters like Comet in the story who play a big part in Supergirl's mythology. So I do think it's something that can give you a jumping off point to Supergirl. I would also say that for me, going through the Silver Age really helped me understand her mythology as it was being built up and the characters who were in her sphere. The Supergirl Silver Age is difficult to read through, though, because it's a lot of the same kind of formulaic storytelling. So once you get past that, though, the 70s and 80s are really fun. Highly recommend those. That's kind of the area. That's the era that Sophie Campbell really likes, is the 70s and 80s. So those are really fun comics. The Adventures of Supergirl, Daring New Adventures of Supergirl, stuff like that. The Sterling Gates run is also very popular.
If you're a fan of the CW TV show, maybe a good jumping on point might be The Adventures of Supergirl, which was the Sterling Gates
comic tie-in.
Yeah, Sterling Gates' comic tie-in. I think it was only like 6 or 8 issues, so also very self-contained, and it ties in to the TV show continuity. So that's also like a quick hit of like Supergirl.
Yeah, and it's a great series of issues too. So I would start with Woman of Tomorrow and then just see where it takes you.
Mind the Gap says, I think one of DC's finest Supergirl collections has some Silver Age stuff.
Yeah, if you really want to know Supergirl's mythology, go back to the Silver Age. There's several versions of the Silver Age stuff.
Now, Stanley says start with the Peter David run. I can't say that I would recommend this for a new. The Peter David run, I feel like you need to build up to the Peter David run. I would do some of our suggestions, do maybe the Sophie Campbell run. And then when you feel ready, when you feel like it's time for things to get weird, that's when you start the Peter David run.
And you can start it with Supergirl Radio. We are going through it now. So you can also do that with Woman of Tomorrow. You can read those issues and then listen to our episodes as we discuss them. Most of the things that you probably will read, we might have an episode on. So definitely come hang out with us after you read the issues, because I think sometimes it's fun to be able to hear what other people think when discussing comic books, because it always helps me, Morgan, to have you to sort of bounce off, did I read this correctly, kind of ideas, because in Woman of Tomorrow I definitely didn't read that last issue correctly, so you saved that story for me.
On the Peter David run, I always come to every one of our recordings with so many many questions. So
Yeah, so definitely try to read some Supergirl comics and then see if we have an episode on it, and we'll try to be that kind of additional sort of supplemental listening piece to your reading enjoyment. But please read Supergirl comics. She has some really good stories out there, and I think they are worth revisiting and visiting if you never have for the first time. So that's a very, very good question. Well, I think that's maybe a good note to end on. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Supergirl Radio. But until next time, I'm still Rebecca Johnson.
And I'm still Morgan Glennon, and we're staying tuned in for the reign of the Superboys.
McGurk! I love
Not
typing.
mess with my Google Docs, Meeksy.
Supergirl Radio is going live every night of the week. How do you like it? Is becoming a human burrito a plus or a minus? I don't know. It does seem snug.
I mean, they say you are what you eat.
Kira. I love that.
So I do a podcast called Supergirl Radio, and one of our segments is Lena Luthor, Boardroom or Ballroom, because really?
She looks like a boss in this coat.
Nasty Luthor like a different Luthor? It's not just Lena being mean?
No.
Helen Slater here. So fun to know that you're hosting a podcast called Supergirl Radio.